This week on Raiders Talk of the Nation, we've got a show you can really sink your teeth into. From homemade recipes.
For Kansas City style is kind of low and slow.
So we're just gonna dip it in here. All right. Gonna dip it on both sides.
To stadium eats.
Really have a cool mix to kind of create its own cuisine here within Allegiant Stadium.
Get ready to toast to our team on Raiders Talk of the Nation. With football comes food, and we've got some of the top picks in this episode of Raiders Talk of the Nation. I'm Sibley Scoles, and what better way to continue the season than with some of the best game day foods to feed the fans. We start at the heart of where Raiders fans catch all the game day action. I'm talking Allegiant Stadium. Chefs like Susan Finnegar and Guy Fieri have spots for more than 65,000 people to enjoy when they go to Allegiant. In all, about 30 local businesses have their foods on the menu at the stadium, all focusing on what local Las Vegas flavor offers. Now we caught up with the team behind this hospitality machine.
Hi everybody, I'm Lou Bastian. I'm the VP of Culinary for Levy Restaurants. So I help the chefs get the big events ready. Here at Allegiant Stadium, we have two big main clubs that serve about 1,000 people. We have different action stations, really try to provide a great variety of food here. We cater all the suites here. Our suites food has been custom designed specifically for Raiders fans, where we kind of brought a flair from LA, a little bit of the flair from Oakland, and then we combine it with the Vegas flair, and we really have a cool mix to kind of create its own cuisine here within Allegiant Stadium. Our concession level, just to give you an idea, 60,000 hot dogs roughly, about 500 pounds of bone-in prime rib, about 500 pounds of shrimp cocktail, about 5,000 pieces of sushi, 25,000 slices of pizza we're preparing for, 5,000 burgers, probably about 1,000 pounds of chicken wings. We operate 12 concession stands on our own, and then we also partner with some of the best restaurants in the country, whether it be Susan Finnegar, whether it be Guy Fieri, whether it be Fuku Burger, Rolling Smoke, some of our pizza partners. Really cool stuff that we do on the concession level.
Whether it's at home or on the road, good food is a universal language. And I got the chance to experience that firsthand as the team went to Kansas City, where barbecue still stands as the city's signature cuisine. Raider Nation, what's going on? I've landed in Kansas City. I am here with the one and only Eric Tata, Director of Marketing. We had to stop by Joe's Barbecue. It's early. Is this a normal line?
You know, it's fairly normal on game day. Again, I do say Raiders fans travel really well.
What's the secret behind this barbecue?
Low and slow, Kansas City style. We like to do it low and slow. We like to take our time. We don't rush anything. Texas likes to cook it all high and fast. We like to just take our time. We're a little bit slower in the Midwest, so we like to chill it out, but I think you'll like it. We got a lot of local celebs, Paul Rudd, Jason Sudeikis, even Patrick Mahomes. I know he's not a big name for you guys, but they do enjoy the barbecue here in town, and so we want to show you guys a little bit about what we do here.
I get to go in the kitchen?
I want to bring you to the kitchen. I want to show you how we make ribs, and then I'm going to let you try the world famous Z-Man, which we will sell 250,000 of this year.
I'm ready to go in this kitchen. I'm ready to see everything. Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome. Let's do this.
Eric, you said this is the upper smokehouse, right?
That's right, yep.
A lot is happening here, but let's check what's inside of this bad boy.
Again, aside from our Z-Man, I would like to say this is probably our second best thing that we sell here at Joe's, and that's our ribs. So again, as I told you before, Kansas City style is kind of low and slow. So we cook these at 250 degrees. We put a little nice rub on them, a dry rub, and then we cook them at 250 degrees, and these will go for 3 to 4 hours. So again, not something you'd cook on the grill in time to try to get ready for dinner. We take our time with these. And as you can see, they're gonna rotate around a little bit.
There's a whole foot pedal for this.
That's right. So we'll have about 60 slabs in here. We have 40 in another, and we already cooked another 100 for the day. So again, just like we talked about, it's kind of noon-ish or whatever. So this will be all for tonight's dinner.
Wow.
We only use one type of wood, so you'll see a lot of backyard smokers. A lot of people like to use mesquite, hickory, and there's a lot of fruit trees and things that make really flavorful wood. At Joe's, our secret is that we only use one. We use Missouri white oak, and that's everything from turkey to pork to ribs. We'll put it on one. So our owner started competition smoking back in the 80s, and so he is a Hall of Fame barbecuer in the state of Kansas, and they have won multiple grand champions, and so we kind of followed his lead on this. So why don't we throw this in and let's get it going.
It is so hot right now. The door's not even open. I just open it. Go ahead.
That's right. Pull it open. You got it. So we're just gonna set this right in here, and as you'll see, it'll just go right in, and it'll start producing that flavorful smoke.
Okay, we're back here. I've got my gloves on. I'm with the general manager, Jerry, right now. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
You're feeling good?
Feeling good.
We have to whisper this.
Very quietly.
Jerry's a Raider fan out here in Kansas City. But let's fist bump on that. So we're working with a slab right now. You're going to plate it, but you're going to let me cut
I'm gonna let you cut it, yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Oh, I get to do the first cut? Hey.
There you go. See, you're hired.
Hired. I've got a side job, people. Are we in there? Is that a good plate right there?
Right there.
Okay, there we go.
All right, and then we'll take this.
Nice. Here we go. And we're just going. Do you have a technique, or we just go back and forth?
Just make sure it's got a nice, good light sauce glaze on it.
Just a light glaze.
Yep.
I mean, I think it looks good.
That looks good enough to eat, don't it?
Yeah. And as we got the pickles, we got the toast, we're ready to go.
Ready to go?
Now, I keep hearing about the Z-Man.
Yes.
When, where, is that, what's happening?
You want
with
to make
that?
a Z-Man?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
Let's do it. I'm ready for the food. Coming up, the time has finally come. I get to make the Z-Man. I've been waiting for this, Jerry, all day. Plus, we show you how to eat like a champ.
Every single day we have a different rotating high quality protein.
And later, we've got former and current Raiders showing off their skills in the kitchen.
So what we're gonna do is make it a sandwich now.
Okay, so we're gonna throw this on top?
Throw that right on top.
Raiders Talk of the Nation will be right back. Raiders Talk of the Nation has been brought to you by Allegiant Air, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, non-stop flights. Book now only at Allegiant.com. Powered by Cox, a proud partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Raider Nation, what's going on? We are here in Kansas City at Joe's Kansas City BBQ. The time has finally come. I get to make the Z-Man. I've been waiting for this, Jerry, all day. So break it down for me. What do I need to do?
All right, basically we'll take our toasted Kaiser bun. We'll take a little bit of our barbecue sauce, take our sliced briskets, it's on the smoker for about 13 hours, sliced smoked provolone cheese, 2 onion rings, and we'll basically put it together.
I love it. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, there's your sauce.
Okay.
Just a little bit of dollop right there.
A dollop? Is that a dollop?
Yep, and you'll slide your brisket right on top of the bottom of that.
I can just slide it on?
Yep, take it.
I got gloves on. I can
You're
do
good.
all this.
There you go.
There we go.
And then you'll drizzle a little bit of sauce
We
right
want
on top.
all that in there.
Perfect. And then you'll shingle that bun. Sit there just like that,
Like
and that's
that?
basically your Z-Man.
I love it.
So if this thing don't work out, you can always come back and make Z-Mans.
Yes, you heard that. I've got another job, okay? All right. Well, let's go outside and eat. I saw a big plate over there.
It's going down.
How's the food?
It's amazing. Joe's was actually recommended to me by several people in Las Vegas, my first time here, so it did not disappoint. It is very good.
No, it's pretty good, especially if people in Vegas are talking about it.
Yes, yes,
All right.
absolutely. Joe's good.
I'll let you go eat now. Go enjoy. All right, Raider Nation, you saw me make the Z-Man. Now I get to sit down by myself at Joe's BBQ and finally eat it. So here we go. I know why this is world famous. Joe's Kansas City BBQ, thank you for having me. It's game day. Let me finish this. Like all sports, nutrition has the biggest impact on training. Every player is different, and there's no single plan that meets the needs of all players at all times. When the game is on the line, the margin to get a victory is small, which is why the Raiders turn to this team to keep them at the top of their health game.
So in this facility, we have a great opportunity to build a program from scratch. So what we were able to do was leverage a lot of the chefs in Vegas and build a menu that met the culinary standards of this town. And in working with our chefs, we've been able to develop a menu based on player preferences that achieves a high standard of success for our players. I think one of the biggest highlights that we have in here is we've got a fully operational kitchen where we can really tailor to our athletes' needs. For example, if we have guys that are lower or higher calorie needs during certain times of the year, then what we can do is we can work with the chefs to have preset meals for them that they can come into the meal room and pick up. If we have guys that are looking for meal prep, they also have that service available in-house where guys can work with our chefs and we can design menus with them based on their preferences. And this is something that they can pick up 3, 4, 5 times a day, depending on how many times that these guys feed a day.
The meal room is a hybrid of action stations as well as buffet type of options. The action stations could include for breakfast omelet stations, eggs made to order. For lunch, we do different pasta or stir fry. Players really like customizable options that they can kind of custom make themselves. When you're feeding the same people every day, it's important that we have things that they can be comfortable with and really give them the nutrition that they need to perform at a high level. The other options we'll have are very comforting options. Southern cuisine, Mexican, Italian, you name it, we do all different types of cuisines. We do hand make all our own pizzas. Everything in the kitchen is from scratch. We have an amazing team we collaborate with, Honest Hospitality. They do an amazing job of providing amazing talent and structure for us to work within to collaborate with the nutritionists here at the headquarters.
With the football season as long as it is, we want to make sure that we protect these guys from the degree of wear and tear that they endure through practices, through games. We want to make sure that we are helping them to recover in as quick a fashion as possible, because within 7 days they're back onto the field.
We learn a lot about, for example, hydration, why they're eating certain things before practice and what they can have after practice. And then even like the shakes and things like that that they can have to help them sleep better so that they are waking up refreshed and ready for practice or that big game.
In working with these chefs, we work to look at the weekly training cycle, whether it be the in-season or off-season, and we're able to adjust and build a menu that is specific for the time period. For example, if we have a practice, we want to make sure that the foods that they are consuming going into practice is a little bit lighter and is not going to weigh them down. If the timing or the volume of these meals or the ingredients of these meals feel a little bit heavier to them, that's going to slow them down on the field. If we can work with lighter ingredients that they can handle well, they're going to perform great during practices, which will be reflected on game day. Diet is extremely important because it will make or break an athlete. So if we are able to fuel them appropriately and give them the fuel that they need to be successful, you guys are going to see that on the field, and these guys are going to be able to play at their best. Ultimately, we're trying to unleash the power of food through what we feed these guys day in and day out.
We go through hundreds of pounds of each protein. I mean, we have sometimes 5 to 6, 7 different types of protein. Salmon is also very popular with being rich in omega-3s. We'll go through 60 portions, 80 portions or so during lunch. High value steak options, with it being bavette, skirt steak, or prime rib. Every single day we have a different rotating high quality protein.
What we're doing here and how we're creating a really great culture of eating healthy, being able to enjoy it, and have fun with the food has been probably the coolest thing ever here.
Still to come, we tap into some of our players' hidden skills.
I'm sure my wife will be excited for me to learn some more cooking skills.
Yes, well, we're going to teach you today how to make some strawberry cream cheese French stuffed French toast.
Plus, Charles Woodson talks about the secret ingredient behind his whiskey.
Forget about it being Woodson whiskey or whatever it is. It's good whiskey.
Yes.
That's what's most important.
Don't go anywhere. Raiders Talk of the Nation will be right back. This segment has been brought to you by Modelo, a taste that's pure gold. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Welcome back to Raiders Talk of the Nation. You may know him as the slot machine, but Pro Bowl wide receiver Hunter Renfrow is looking to earn accolades for his skills making a breakfast staple with a twist.
I'm here with Hunter Renfrow, which his name does not have to be said as far as it goes. How you doing today, Hunter?
Good, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I'm sure my wife will be excited for me to learn some more cooking skills.
Yes, well, we're going to teach you today how to make some strawberry cream cheese French stuffed French toast. Your power's here. You want to start slow.
All right.
If not, we're going to be wearing it.
There we go.
And you're going to just let it go, and as it starts incorporating, you can go a little faster.
All right. I don't want to get splashed.
Yeah.
Strawberry everywhere. You show me how it's done.
And we'll get this going real quick. So we're just going to dip it in here.
All right.
We're going to dip it on both sides. And then when you put it down, we're going to
just kind of
because you want it to hit the grill or the pan that you're putting it in. Is you want to take all of the actual custard batter that we're making here, and you want to bring it to the surface.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is make it a sandwich now.
Okay, so we're going to throw this on top?
Throw that right on top. And then we'll pull it to the center of the plate. And then I'm going to have you cut it at an angle, and we'll just take it right in half.
There you go.
So take it here, and then what we're going to do is just go right down the middle here.
On the corners there. There we go.
All right, which is perfect.
Right there.
And then we'll take this and we'll just kind of shingle it out a little bit.
Yep.
So now that we have it good to go here, we're going to put our sauce. So here's your ladle. And you have just made strawberry cream cheese stuffed French toast. That looks good.
That does look good.
So, but thank you for having us today, and thanks for coming.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Still to come.
I think the greatest thing for me is that people are as excited about the brand as I am.
Raiders Talk of the Nation will be right back after this. This segment has been brought to you by Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation, made to chill. Raiders Talk of the Nation has been brought to you by Allegiant Air, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, non-stop flights. Book now only at Allegiant.com. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Raiders. Intermountain Healthcare, the official health partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Discover your inner champ at Raiders.com/champ. Whether it's some Kansas City BBQ or one of the dozens of Las Vegas vendors who have taken over Allegiant Stadium, you can't forget about the libations. Former Raider and Pro Football Hall of Famer Charles Woodson is making sure you have an option to raise a glass to. You're in Vegas.
Yep.
We're here.
Yep.
8 Lounge is right behind us. You have an event tonight. I'm with Mr. Charles Woodson. When you think of cigars and you think of your whiskey, Woodson whiskey, what comes to mind? What is the word that describes that combo?
Really, I would say, I want to say something like profound, right? But I would just say relaxing. You know what I mean? Because I like to drink my whiskey neat, no rock, no cocktail, and you just take your time with it. It's a sipper. Cigars, they're a slow burn. You know what I mean? You can't rush it. You know, so whenever you sit down with a cigar and a glass of whiskey, you're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you need to be in a place where you can relax, kind of let whatever thoughts flow through your mind. If you got good company, conversation, all of that stuff will flow. And by the time you're done with that cigar, you're ready to just move on to the next thing.
So I'm going to be relaxed is what he's saying today, because I will be puffing on a cigar in there.
Okay.
And we're going to smell some of that Woodson whiskey. What's been the greatest thing so far for you to have a brand like that, to put your name on something that you stand behind fully, but just to see all the fans and those people who may not have watched you play on the field or know the legacy that you brought to the NFL, but love you?
I think the greatest thing for me is that people are as excited about the brand as I am. You know, when I look on my social media page, especially on the weekends, you know, when the Raiders are playing, Packers are playing, or Michigan Wolverines are playing, and I see so many people that are interacting with Woodson whiskey, whether it be a cocktail, putting it in a signature dish that they're making, like, man, that just does something to me because, you know, they may be fans of me, but people aren't going to continue to you know, engage with something or continue to drink it if they don't like it. They're not just drinking my whiskey because it's me. They continue to buy it, drink it, have it in their homes because they actually enjoy it. And so for me to come out with a product that people actually enjoy, right? Forget about it being Woodson whiskey or whatever it is, it's good whiskey. Yes. That's what's most important.
Now, I know you mentioned people and their recipes adding to that. Tell everyone, if you have that Woodson whiskey, if you're sitting there hanging out, what are you pairing it with? What do you like to drink and eat with that?
I mean, really, most of the time when I'm drinking whiskey is after I've eaten. So I kind of use it as a after dinner drink. You know, usually I'll have, you know, some Intercept wine or something with my food, and then I'll move on. Or I have a pre-dinner with a cocktail, probably an old fashioned with the Woodson whiskey. Then I move to dinner, then after dinner drink. So just neat, helps the digestive system a little bit after you got done eating. So that's the way I use it.
We're gonna walk in there. What are you going to grab? We're getting the whiskey, we're gonna have that neat in there, we're gonna have a cigar. Is there anything when you sit in there and you're relaxing your mind, liquor-wise, food-wise, that you're ready to bring out next? I know you've already got the whiskey, you got the Intercept wines, but is there anything else in your mind?
Well, I mean, there are cigars in there, so maybe that's the next thing down the road. So I would say stay tuned. You never know.
You're not telling us, but we're gonna.
I'm not telling you, but stay tuned.
Thanks for joining me on a food-filled episode of Raiders Talk of the Nation. I'm Sibley Scoles, and we'll see you back here next week.